Hi, this is Elizabeth Cermak, Master Life Coach, Certified Spiritual Coach, and I have my master's degree in psychology. Here every Tuesday. It's supposed to be 3:33, but I'm late today, so I'm here every week, every Tuesday at 3:33 to talk to you about your favorite topic and mine, attracting and creating your most beautiful life. I've been recording I was recording another Fear to Love module, so I was a little bit late because I'm in the midst of doing my Fear to Love group, and I'm loving it. It's been great, and we're talking about creating space right now. And so I talk every week about how to create and attract a more beautiful life. So we're going to talk today about changing our experience and about how if we don't like our experience here, how we can change it. So hi everybody who's joining. I'm on Instagram and Facebook Live, and this will be on YouTube as well. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and press the little bell, I think it is, because then you will get a notification when there's a new video that comes out. So I want to ask you a question today. Are you experiencing the life that you want? So what is it that you're experiencing right now? And is it what you want? Okay, so that's the first question. And then the second question is, what are you valuing? What are you valuing? So this is something that we don't think about. I don't feel like we think about our values enough. So we need to start thinking about what it is that we're valuing. And I'm going to tell you why. So you can look up a values list online. There's a book called, here's the book actually, Declutter Your Mind. This has an awesome 4-page value list. I think it's 400 values that list in this book. So this is an awesome book. I would definitely recommend getting it. It's about decluttering your mind. And I'm talking lately about creating space. We need space to make more beautiful thoughts, to create a more beautiful life. So if our lives are just inundated and if we're just constantly doing stuff, if we're constantly checking our emails or constantly signing up for new stuff, whatever it is, if we're constantly doing stuff, we're not making room. So when you make space, God is in the empty spaces, right? So God is in our minds when we can stop our thoughts. So we talk about the gap between our thoughts. That's where God resides. So that we don't have to strive to fill that. It'll be filled if we let it be. Okay, so that is why it's so important to create space in order to attract and create a more beautiful life. So what do you value? This is not something we think about enough. Now, I'm going to tell you what I have chosen my 4 core values, and this changes over time. It's okay. You don't have to, there's 400 values in this book, right? And you might have more than one, but it doesn't matter. Pick 3 or 4. Make yourself choose, because the point is to declutter your mind and to be focusing on less stuff and focusing on only what you want. So the point is not to pick a million values because those are my values. Well, yeah, I mean, some of those things that I didn't choose are also my values, but I had to choose. I forced myself to choose the 4 top ones. And those are, for me, peacefulness, abundance, connection, and spirituality. Those are my 4 core values. And so guess what? Since I have chosen to make those my values, those are bigger than my fears. Those are bigger than anything else. So I have them listed so I can see them all the time, and I can remember peacefulness, abundance, connection, and spirituality. Those are what I value. And guess what? When I changed my values to be that, so before I'm going to talk about what I was valuing without even knowing it. When I purposely chose my values to be that, then what I was experiencing in the world and from other people was peacefulness, abundance, connection, and spirituality. That is what I connected with in other people. That is what I experienced with other people, right? Because we all have our flaws. So here's the deal. There's bad things in the world. There's evil in the world. We all have our flaws. We're all here to work out our flaws. So we're all rubbing against each other in the wrong way so we can smooth the surfaces and make them smoother, right? So we're here to work through our issues. So everybody has issues. So everybody has flaws, right? And so if you see the flaws in everybody, then the chances are is that that is what you are valuing. So I'm going to give you an example. When I was really deep in my anxiety, I went and got diagnosed from a psychiatrist and from a therapist with an anxiety disorder. And I researched anxiety, and I knew all about anxiety, and I could spot it in other people. And which kind of helped me in my job as a therapist, because I was able to I was able to see what was wrong. I was able to see when there was something wrong with somebody and see what needed to be fixed. But what I didn't realize is that I was valuing anxiety. So if somebody at the time was just, because what I was experiencing in the world was fear, lack, separation. So like if somebody was to say, what are your values at the time? I probably wouldn't have listed off anxiety, fear, lack, and separation. I probably would have, I would have had to think about what my values are. I would have said stuff like family or whatever, but I was experiencing fear, lack, anxiety, and separation. That is what I valued. So no matter what, if I would have said it or not, it didn't matter because that's what I was experiencing in the world. There's where my values were. So the challenge here, and this is tough. This is like a tough truth, right? So the challenge here is, if you are not experiencing from other people what you want to experience, or you are not experiencing what you want from the world, try changing your values. Try really, get this book, try really nailing down 3 or 4 core values, and that's how you're going to live your life. And you leave room for them. So you meditate on them in the morning. You ask God, you ask the universe, how can I live through these values? If I'm valuing peacefulness, can I worry? Am I allowed to worry? Not really, It's not saying that I never worry, but like if I'm worrying, then I value worry. So if you value peacefulness, if you value spirituality, if you value the universe, something bigger than us, then you're not going to get stuck in these fear thoughts, because if you're stuck in fear, you're valuing fear. Now that's hard, and it still happens to me. So I'm not saying that it never happens to me. It's just a hard truth that we have to look at. Sometimes we need to look at these things and be like, yeah, that's so true. I am valuing fear because that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm experiencing most of the time. So it's just a little cognitive shift to get you to start thinking, what do you value? And, so I love how they say, like, think about it. Peacefulness, abundance, connection, spirituality. That really has nothing to do with, like, my family. It's not, families is that some value lists have family listed. This doesn't. It's actually valuing ideas, peacefulness. That's more of a state of being. Abundance, connection, spirituality, those are all more like states of being. So I would definitely recommend looking up a value list and not just picking them, because sometimes what you might think might be a value isn't. So like, for instance, family is more of like a life area to prioritize. So they list life areas in the book as well. So like if you want to think about your health and your family, those are more life areas. When we think about values, it's more like an idea. It's more like a way of being. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So think about it. If you are not experiencing what you want in this world, change your values. Because think about what it is that you're valuing. Whatever you're experiencing that you don't like, you're valuing it. So think about that, and then go ahead and change your value to what you want, what you want in this world. So once you start valuing, like for instance, if you pick peacefulness, you're going to find that in other people. Because everybody has fear in them and everybody has love in them, right? So like if we value love, we're gonna bring that out in other people. If you're valuing anxiety, if you're valuing fear, you're gonna bring that out in other people. So do you want to be the person who brings out the light or the dark? That's the question. So and I'm saying all of this without judgment because I've been there. Okay, I love you guys. I'm so glad that I was able to get on here. Hi, so good to see everybody. Emmanuel, good to see you. It's always Tuesdays at 3:33. Today I was just a little bit late. Hi, Craig. I have to say hi to my husband before I get off this. Okay, love you guys. I will see you guys next week, next Tuesday at 3:33. Peace and love. Go out there and live a beautiful life. I dare you to do it. Okay, bye.